What's up, Belz fam? It's me, Stefan.
And me, Mel.
And what about Belzers? Alright, guys, so like you guys saw in the title, big news, man. Huge news. Dragon Ball Super movie is coming out December 14th, guys. December 14th will be dropping. We got the news today, as well as it's going to be a Dragon Ball Super movie.
So not Dragon Ball Z, not Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Super.
Exactly. A lot of people have been saying, because it is the origins of the Saiyans. It's gonna focus on the Saiyans and like what the Saiyans are about and the origins of the Saiyans. But people were assuming they was gonna talk about Yamoshi, the Super Saiyan God, the original Super Saiyan God, and everything.
And before this news came out, that's what we had thought.
Yeah, that's what everyone in the fandom was pretty much thinking that. But today they specifically said it's going to be a Dragon Ball Super movie. But even more interesting, guys, they specifically said it's going to be a movie right after the Tournament of Power. These events are going to take place right after the Tournament of Power. So
continuation, I guess.
Exactly. So like it's gonna be very interesting to see what the Tournament of Power is gonna how it's gonna unfold, because I don't know, man. With two episodes left,
they might leave us with the cliffhanger.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It might be something where it's like a cliffhanger and everybody's like, "Yo!" Like
I would be honestly. It would be good for the movie, but we would have to wait so many months.
I know, like it would be like what, March, so April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November.
Almost 10 months.
Like, damn, that's man. Like, I have a really strong feeling it's gonna be a cliffhanger now, and like so we're gonna actually read, because and by the way, guys, Akira Toriyama is writing this movie for this new upcoming movie. Akira Toriyama is writing the story and everything, so it's gonna be very interesting to see what he comes up with. And I'm pretty sure a lot of Dragon Ball fans are super excited that he is involved in this movie and everything. So very dope stuff. If you guys see right here, this is the design that they're showing us. With Goku right here,
which is very simple. There's not a lot going on.
Exactly, and then it looks like Goku's old gi right here. He has the power pole and everything. So very interesting stuff. Reminiscent of old Dragon Ball Z stuff and Dragon Ball and everything. But one thing is, I don't know for sure if this is exactly how Goku's gonna look in the movie. Maybe it's something, because it is a 20th Dragon Ball movie. So maybe they're paying an homage to the old Goku and everything. It is it is a movie based on the origins of the Saiyans. So very interesting animation or kind of design they chose to show us right here. But I wouldn't look too much into it. But yeah, it is right there. It looks pretty cool still, whatever. But I still like the new design of Goku and everything. But very dope stuff right here. But this is the most important thing. Akira Toriyama actually commented on this movie itself, and actually we have some notes from Akira Toriyama sensei himself talking about this upcoming movie. So let's go ahead and read these notes right here. So it says here, the Dragon Ball Super movie this time around would be the next story that takes place after the anime that's currently on TV. Those are words from Akira Toriyama. The content will shed a little light on previously unexplored topics having to do with Frieza and the Saiyans. So very interesting stuff right here. So Frieza is going to be in this movie, guys, which begs the question, because we haven't seen the spoilers. We don't know anything about what's coming, because I know a lot of people have been talking about spoilers and everything. We don't know what's coming at the Tournament of Power, but we do know Frieza is not out of the tournament yet. He's still under the rubble somewhere. So very interesting, because we know this movie is going to take place after the Tournament of Power, and they're talking about Frieza. Will Frieza be resurrected? That's the big question.
These past episodes were like, where is Frieza? Where's Frieza? Is the writer forgetting about Frieza?
Right.
Do they want us to forget about Frieza? And clearly it states they have not forgotten about Frieza.
Exactly. So
yeah, go ahead.
But the very important thing that they're gonna focus on Frieza and the Saiyans. But this movie before, I believe it was last December when it first got announced this movie was gonna come out this year. But they didn't mention anything about Frieza. They said this movie was gonna be on the origins of the Saiyans, and now they're talking about they're gonna dive in the past, like the topics, unexplored topics from Frieza's race or Frieza himself and the Saiyans. So you know what's very interesting? They said unexplored topics having to do with Frieza and the Saiyans. So I wonder if they're gonna explore Frieza's race, because they didn't technically in Dragon Ball, they never quite explained what Frieza's race is really, what it's really called. Everybody always says the Frieza race, but like we don't really know what that race is specifically called. So very interesting stuff. I would like to see them explore that a lot. Maybe we'll get some unanswered questions there. I'm pretty sure a lot of people in the Dragon Ball community probably called this I forgot what they called it, because of there was this character from Dragon Ball Online where he had a specific name as a Frieza race. I can't recall the name right now, but I think that's what people were going by. But even in Xenoverse, they call it the Frieza race and everything. So very interesting stuff. And it also says, and I think it will be very enjoyable story that serves up a long-awaited formidable opponent. So when I read this, guys, like
we thought the same thing.
Yeah. So seriously, when I read this, so they're talking about the Frieza race or Frieza and the Saiyans specifically, and when Akira Toriyama said that, I think it will be enjoyable and serve up a long-awaited formidable foe. So long-awaited formidable foe. So if we look at Dragon Ball Super, right, we see these. So Goku Black is probably the only true villain so far in Dragon Ball Super, because we've had the Battle of Gods arc, which was Beerus. Beerus is not really a villain. We had the Frieza arc. We've already seen Frieza, so not really a formidable. He is a formidable foe, but not a new foe that we've never seen before. And we went to the Champa arc, the Universe 6 arc. They were just fighting. Hit came around and everything. There was really no foe. And now we're in and then we went to the Trunks arc with Goku Black, which actually was a true villain, a true foe. But at the end of the day, it was Goku. But Zamasu was kind of the real villain, even though he took Goku's body and everything. And now we're at the Tournament of Power arc. There's really no foe. It's just people trying to fight for the universe.
Yeah.
I believe what he means here, this is going to be a true formidable foe. Somebody we've never seen before that's going to be here and it's going to be serious. And another thing before Goku is at a level now. Because if it's going to precede the Tournament of Power, Goku is at a level now with Ultra Instinct that I don't know what can beat him. Like even Beerus, like I don't even know if Beerus himself could beat Goku. Like so, like it's gonna be very interesting to see what this foe is able to do to go against Goku and our Z fighters and everything.
We even thought about Jiren's background
exactly,
and how we don't know exactly who that person was.
Right.
That he was, when he was reminiscing about his past.
Right.
And how this enemy or this villain attacked his family, attacked his friends, and we don't know who that is.
Exactly. So that's a very good point, because
and when we were going over this,
right,
we both were like, oh, that might be like Jiren's background.
Right. So how crazy would it be after the Tournament of Power that I don't know, because we still don't know what Jiren's wish is, right? And we don't know if Universe 11 is actually going to win the tournament. What if the cliffhanger is Universe 7 gets erased and Universe 11 is the only one? That would be insane.
Yeah.
I would be like, yo, like what the hell's going to happen? But like, so very interesting stuff. So like, what if Jiren is still not strong enough to beat that foe that took away his family and his friends back in the day? And this story is going to, even though this story is the origins of the Saiyans, but what if that foe is Jiren's long freaking old foe that he never was able to beat, and he's just ancient and he's just super strong and he's super hard to beat, so he's gonna have to team up with Universe 7 to actually go up against this guy. So very interesting stuff. I can't wait to see what it is. Alright guys, so right here it also says, with 2013's Battle of Gods, the previous installment Resurrection F, and now this time too, I've been the one writing the stories. I've also been drawing quite a few things for them, like design illustrations. I'm actually as busy as ever, and if I wasn't serializing anything, I'd have time to think about the anime, with which I used to not have enough time to involve. Laugh. So on that note, I very much hope you look forward to it. By the way, I think the highly popular Dragon Ball Super manga drawn by Toyotaro is going to see some developments different from the TV anime or movies. So please look forward to that. Be sure to check it out too. So very interesting stuff that Toriyama is specifically telling us to look forward to the manga, because we already know that Toyotaro does things differently from the anime. So he's specifically hinting with the Tournament of Power, with Toyotaro's version of it, that we have to pay attention to that, because there's going to be a lot of key things into that manga that's going to probably go forward with that movie. That's gonna give us hints about the movie, which is very interesting, because I think in the manga we found out first about Jiren's wish and why Jiren wanted to join the Tournament of Power before the anime said something about it. So That's a very good point.
But we don't read the manga.
Exactly.
So
and
we wouldn't even.
And another theory that Melanie actually had, go ahead and tell your theory about what you think could happen at the end of the Tournament of Power.
So I believe that, let's say Universe 11 does win the tournament. Jiren sees how strong Universe 7 is as a whole, especially Goku and Vegeta. And let's say Universe 11 wins, and the enemy, the villain of Jiren, he can't beat him by himself. So he resurrects Universe 7 to help him beat this villain.
Exactly.
That he can't beat himself.
So this is just speculation
right
now.
This is speculation.
I know it's still early in the game, but it's pretty. It's cool to speculate right now because it's pretty fresh news and we're so excited and everything. But that does kind of make sense if they're going that route.
Yeah.
If they would go that route to go against that villain. But another thing is that kind of contradicts that is that Jiren is like. He likes to be by himself.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a solo guy. It's like the two dynamics where Goku's fighting for his family and stuff, and Jiren's fighting for himself, and he's selfish and everything. He's all about power. He's all about himself. But at the end of the day, I don't think he was ever able to beat that guy. So and they didn't say that in the anime. So if they were going to introduce that guy as the new foe or whatever,
opponent.
And let's say Universe 11 did erase Universe 7 by winning the tournament, and Jiren said, you know what, let me revive these guys so they could help me beat this guy. Maybe he had so much respect for Goku at the end of the battle. He's like, look, if I team up with him, I could probably defeat that guy.
Well, the thing is like we've been seeing Jiren give hints about Goku. Like he woke up from his like meditation to watch Goku. He thinks that his teammates are weak because he called out Topo.
Right.
Too. So he's been giving a lot of like respect to Universe 7, and then he's kind of putting down his own universe.
Yeah, exactly.
Saying that he's kind of that's
weak. A very good point because he did say that about Topo and everything. So maybe he doesn't trust those guys enough to maybe going up against that guy. And
because if they can't win the tournament, how are they gonna beat this ancient villain?
Right.
You know?
If this is all
what's
speculation.
Going on in my head.
Yeah, it's all speculation.
It could be completely off.
But and another thing is before we end this video, guys. But definitely you guys are definitely gonna want to follow freaking Yonko Production because he did break the news, as well as Ken Zyro for translations and everything. Also Herms and all those good guys. Definitely follow those guys on Twitter. Our link is gonna be in the description below. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. We're super hyped for this movie. We're actually thinking about going to Japan to watch this movie in Japan, man.
It's definitely and hopefully it happens.
I know
we want to go to Japan.
Period. I know plane tickets are pretty crazy, but we'll see what happens. Even if we're
in the West Coast,
I know
they're so expensive.
I know. So hopefully that happens. But hopefully you guys like this video, man. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Follow us on Instagram and on Twitter. The link will be in the description below.
Definitely, guys. See you guys later. Struckbybelz out.